What's good? What's good? The blessings are continuing in my life. Today, I had not all of my laundry paid for, unfortunately, because there was an issue with the app. But it's Sunday morning, and I usually do my laundry on Saturdays or Sundays. And I got to the laundromat, and there's this church group that is paying for people's laundry today. And I was like a little bashful at first. I was like, no, if there are people more in need, we can save the money for them. And then the woman, she was persuasive and pushy, but in a very polite way. And so I said, okay, yeah, sure. And then when we got to the machine, the app wasn't working to pay for it. I already had quarters, so it was fine. But when it was time to dry my clothes, the app was working again, so they paid for the drying. So a little bit of my laundry was paid for, and I'm very thankful for that, because this is going to be a little TMI, so plug your ears for the next 10 seconds. I just had to buy some jock itch cream and some athlete's foot cream, because it's summer, I'm working hard, and I'm not showering every day like I should be, but it's a hassle dealing with traffic and whatnot. If you're new to my channel, I live in my van. I'm living in my van to save money, and I just bought those creams, and I actually had to put them on a credit card, which was really humbling. I didn't want to do it, but every cash dollar I'm earning right now, I'm saving, because in a week and a half, I have a really expensive medical appointment that I get a discount on if I pay with cash. So it's it's life is hard. Life is hard right now, but I want to actually focus more on the church group, not on the group, but why they're doing what they're doing. Because when life isn't so hard for me, I want to replicate this idea. And if you watch my videos in the past, I've talked about this idea, but not in name. And having a name it adds another level of realness to an idea. And so this church group, one Sunday every month, instead of actually going to church, they all go out into the community, and they go to different places and provide different types of community aid. I'm getting a little emotional thinking about it, because I benefited from it and I want to do this. So these particular people are at the laundromat paying for people's laundry. Another group is off cleaning some people's property, who just, elderly people and people in need. Another group is doing homeless and addiction outreach. And I'm just like, okay, I generally don't like churches. I don't like organized religion, but I think Jesus had a message, and Jesus was cool. There's a philosophy of Jesus. I don't want to get too much into that. That's not what I want to focus on, but it is something I believe. And I've talked about in my videos, when I have children, I want to go hiking, and I want to bring backpacks specifically designed to clean up trash. So one kid will have the snack pack, or the backpack with the snacks and water. Another kid will have a backpack, the trash pack. So I'm actually picturing a big, a big hiking pack, and then with a contractor bag, the black heavy duty trash bags, that's what a contractor bag is, lining the big hiking pack, because you can put a lot of weight and a lot of stuff in there. And so that's one way I wanted my family to give back. But then also I wanted to host pop-up breakfasts, like pancakes and eggs, just simple things, and some bacon. But if there's a local sort of homeless hangout spot that I know of in our community, once a month, I just want to go throw up some pop-up tents, some gas griddles, and cook them food. And then my dream or my goal would be to collaborate with other people in the community and expand what services are offered at these breakfast events. So for example, in the past, I've volunteered with the Humane Society, who does free mobile wellness clinics for the underserved in the community. And they often partner with a church or a community organization. And so it's not just that they're able to get care for their pets, but they're also able to get food. They're able to get other resources. I love that. And so that's something I want to try to replicate. They call it, this church calls it Serve Sundays. And I'm like, yes, I love that. Because service, if you actually want to get into the philosophy of Jesus, not the religion of Jesus, but the philosophy of Jesus, service is like at the core. It is truly the core of his message. And so it's so beautiful to see it in actuality and to be able to manifest my own version in the future someday. I'm so excited for that. I cannot wait. But gosh dang, I just got to figure out how to get better at making money. And I'm working on it. That's why I live in my van. That's why I'm pursuing this medical treatment to hopefully improve my health and wellness, so I have more energy and more vitality to just hustle. Because I know I could be doing more and I should be doing more. I know I have more within me, but I'm just so fucking tired from having sleep apnea, and from being stressed from being broke. But it's like I'm not giving up, and I'm hustling and I'm pushing, and we will persevere. I think there is a growing movement of people who, as the hippie conscious community calls it, are on the level. They're vibing on the level. And these periods of tremendous adversity that a lot of us are going through are actually designed to forge us. What is that expression? How are diamonds made, right? Like pressure and heat and everything, whatnot. And so that's if you're resonating with the struggle, but also the desire to be a part of the solution, in your own interpersonal battles and demons and whatnot, it's all for a purpose. 10 years ago, I cared about my community, but not in a way where it was authentic, or I want to use this word, where it had verisimilitude to it, like a truthfulness to it. I think I cared about community because whatever, that's what I thought you were supposed to do, but I didn't fully understand the need and the necessity for it until I was truly someone who was in need myself. And it was extraordinarily humbling. And part of me is thankful to go through this. Part of me is like, fuck, can it just end now? Can I like break past these barriers and find my abundance? But ultimately, I know there's still more work to do. I have more work to do. But we will get there. We will get there. Maybe I'll wrap up the video talking about, the new earth. That's, I think, having sort of a centralizing theme or focus in language can help us. And I think the new earth has been around for a while, but the renaissance that it foretold of is here now. And so it's been prophesized for decades, but the time to actually build it is now. And I use the word build really intentionally, because I believe it is upon us to literally go out and build the physical and psychological infrastructure to enable the new earth to flourish. We need land, we need resources to interact with the land, and then we need to just go take care of the land in our community. That's what the new earth is going to be us returning to the land, returning to community, not a total rejection of technology, not at all, but a conscious integration of technology into our lives with a consistent reverence for the planet. I know I just said a lot of word salad. Sometimes it just starts flowing and it goes and I roll with it. Just chew on a lot of what I said. Thank you very much. I'm going to end the video here. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. It would be wonderful to get a little bit of help. I'm gaining 1 or 2 subscribers every week and it's cool. But I think there's momentum we can build. So if there's one thing you could do to help, send any video of mine that really spoke to you, or just my channel to a friend, tell that friend just to subscribe, and then they can even silence notifications. They don't ever have to look at my channel again. But just to get the numbers up to potentially, have the algorithm boost me, that'd be cool. You don't have to, but it would be cool. Just subscribe and then ignore me. That's fine. I'm happy with that. Anyways, much love.